Hello, friends. Thank you for your support. Today I have some news for you from Ukraine. According to the border guards, a group of 10 Russian saboteurs crossed the border and tried to advance deep into the territory. However, they immediately opened fire on it, involving a mortar crew. As the report notes, in the process of counter-sabotage measures, the enemy was forced to retreat. Coordinated actions of the Ukrainian military thwarted the enemy's plans and prevented the occupiers from gaining a foothold. We would like to remind you that fighting is currently ongoing in the border area of the Sumy region, on the border with the Kursk region of Russia. Some settlements on the border are moving into the gray zone. This means that control over them is changing dynamically. Russian militants are so scared that they have no way back that they often go on the attack alone, because when they return, they are shot demonstratively to intimidate other militants. Fighters of a company of special-purpose unmanned attack aircraft complexes repelled another assault on the invaders, but this time they were on scooters. Over the past few months, the enemy has lost a significant amount of armored vehicles during massive assaults. Therefore, today the Russians are resorting to the massive use of passenger cars, buggies, and even electric scooters. The Russian armed forces tried to break through to Sumy region on quad bikes to cut off the Ukrainian forces' escape routes from Kursk region. As a result, the column was completely destroyed. Ukrainian military personnel are already posting footage of the destruction of Russian attack aircraft. The Russians tried to break through to Basovka, near which an important logistics supply route for the Ukrainian armed forces passes. The outcome was disastrous for the occupiers. In these footage of Russian militants, you can see the place where the Russians make decisions is burning. Effective footage of the discount of 4 high-precision aircraft bombs, GBU-39, by the Ukrainian low-tech MiG-29 in the position of the enemy. GBU-39 is a 110-kilogram aircraft bomb with a height of 1 meter 80 centimeters. The K2 Battalion of the 54th Mechanized Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine stopped a column of Russian occupiers' equipment in the Seversky direction. The battalion reported this. The Russian troops tried to escape, but were hit by drones and cluster munitions. We will remind you that Ukrainian troops repelled an assault by the Russian army near Chasiv Yar, Donetsk region, with more than 20 units of armored vehicles moving towards the city. In the Zaporizhia direction, an FPV drone destroyed a weapons depot and 3 enemy personnel. It turns out that the enemy himself evacuated the depot to create an ammunition shortage, thinking that he would not take part in the assault operations. Imagine how much of an idiot you have to be to burn your bare ass somewhere in a Ukrainian cemetery, instead of going to your factory in Shitsk or Bechesk. Scouts of the 14th Brigade of the National Guard of Ukraine are clearing enemy buildings and shelters in the Donetsk region and taking 5 occupiers prisoner. Those who did not want to surrender were destroyed. Drone strike on hospital in Sumy region. On the night of March 19th, 7 Russian drones attacked the Krasnopil hospital in Sumy region. During the rescue operation at the Krasnopil hospital, Russian troops launched 5 more repeated strikes, the State Emergency Service reports. A shelter in which 22 patients were trapped, including 7 with limited mobility, was partially destroyed. The British The Sun came out with a provocative headline, "What the Puck?" dedicated to the conversation between Trump and Putin. Thus, the tabloid not only hints at the announced hockey match between Russian and American hockey players, but also emphasizes the political defeat of the US president. The Sun writes that Putin appears to have gotten all the concessions he wanted from Trump, who prides himself on being a tough negotiator. In fact, the Russian dictator's only concession was a promise to spare the lives of Ukrainian prisoners of war, which is the very first law of war anyway. The Ukrainian 79th Brigade is showing its version of negotiations with the Russians in Novopavlivka. from a position of strength that they only understand. One of the Russians who entered the territory of Sumy region in the Basivka area surrendered before the first battle. The Russian's name is Alexander Kuleshov. He and a group of paratroopers from the 104th Regiment of the 76th Division were sent to storm Basivka and Novenka on ATVs. In this footage, you can see how our fighter was left alone in the position and single-handedly repels the Russian assault. I only know that he is from the 79th Brigade. This is a manifestation of incredible resilience and lust for life.